I have a small treat. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have some faculty from the Dublin Institute of Technology. And how many of you remember what President Daniel was saying as one of his top priorities regarding study abroad? Did you hear him say that was one of the signature areas he wants to make happen? If it were up to me, and both my daughters did study abroad experiences, they're game changers. Every single one of you would do a study abroad somewhere. You pick where you want to go. I don't care. And you just go there and immerse yourself into whatever that culture is. And if you're going to go anywhere, one of the places that I recommend, that I've been to which I have heritage, is Ireland. And so we have Professor Sarah Boyd and Professor Jesus Frias that are here, and they're going to talk a little bit about the Study Abroad Initiative, because this is not something that we're thinking about. This is something that we're going to do, and we're going to start it in January of 2014. One of the things that you may want to pay special attention to, and I don't know if Professor Frias or Professor Boyd are going to talk about it, but it's the graduate program. And it caught my attention because it's 1 year for a master's over there. And it's accredited in the European Union, so on and so forth. And I'm thinking to myself, how cool is that, you know, to be able to go over there if things work out. So I want you to pay attention to that a wee bit, because the two sweet spots that we're looking at are the second semester, sophomore year, and the seniors in terms of the hands-on experience and so on and so forth. So that's where things are. They presented already in the 101 class that you had some years ago. They'll be presenting in Dr. Freeman's class in 202, and I wanted you to experience this as well. And I just want you to know a little bit, if you don't mind coming out, Sarah. You notice Sarah's in full red right here. If you stare at her a long time and close your eyes, she's green. You know, this is just a human factors thing. You just shift to green, and that gives you the Irish sense of things. So it's like you close your eyes and say, ah, yeah, that Irish lady in the green outfit. So it's very clever what you did here with this. So without further ado, you want to take over first, Jesus? Hey, and one of the things that you're going to find enchanting in me, in my opinion, is not only the accent, but Jesus is from Spain, and he has a Spanish-Irish accent, and he flips back and forth from the King's Spanish to this Irish derelict. Charming. I love it. So here you are with all that.
That's going to be easy now. Okay, you can hear me now?
No, that's just that.
Oh, that one make I think. Yeah. So the reason why we come these 3-4 days here to Purdue is because we want to convince maybe 2-3 of you to come to Ireland and spend a little bit of time studying with us, having a European experience. We believe that coming to Dublin would be something very positive to you. And we prepare a very short presentation here. How many of you have been in Ireland before? There we go. We have some people here. That's very good. For those ones that might not know, we are in the northern west part of Europe, just besides the United Kingdom. It's a very small green island, very nice one. And Dublin itself is in the east coast of Ireland, just right by the sea. It's a city over 900 years old, founded by the Vikings. Okay? It contains a lot of historic buildings and a thriving culture. Has anybody heard about the St. Patrick's Parade? Yeah, I heard that you celebrate it here as well. So if you come down to Ireland, you will have the opportunity to see, the St. Patrick's Parade in Dublin, which is the 17th of March. Okay. Why would you come to study in Ireland? Let's put a few more professional reasons apart from getting to know the Irish. It's a native English-speaking country, which is in Europe. It can offer you a platform to see Europe and to access the rest of the countries from Europe from there. Okay. It is a very safe place. It's a big city in Dublin, like 500 inhabitants, slightly bigger than Purdue, but still very manageable, very easy. And we have a culture of receiving people and what we call, I will never do the pronunciation in Irish very well, but we have the Céad Míle Fáilte, which is the 1,000 welcomes. and we're very proud of receiving everybody on that. We're part of the international community in higher education. We have worldwide recognition of degrees. We're part of the European Union, and a lot of American companies and a lot of the major companies in the world have headquarters there. And there is a thriving culture of entrepreneurship there as well. Ourselves, DIT, I won't be saying too much. We are part of the European University Association. We're on the top 3% university, but more important than that, we have an ethos of being close to the students. We come from a history of 100 years of vocational schools, and although we started humbly and we have progressed up to higher education to the top of the levels, we still try to keep as close as we can to the student, to meet it, to know it by the name, and to guide it all the time we can. We have quite a lot of programs. That means that we can offer a lot of courses that you would be interested. Okay. And Sarah will talk a little bit later on about the environmental health programs. And just to give you an idea, we are divided into 4 colleges: Applied Arts and Tourism, Business, Engineering and Built Environment, and then the College of Sciences and Health, which is where our school is inserted. We have in that college several programs of allied healthcare, and our school is the one that has the major in environmental health. Just to give you an idea of the undergraduate and the postgraduate programs that we have BSc honors in environmental health, which I think is the one you could be interested. And as Jean has mentioned, we have masters, full-time and part-time masters in environmental health and safety, which is a master's that is oriented to the risk management area. And we have also a master's that is somehow related as well to your area, which is in food safety management. See, we are a very international institution as well. We have been receiving European students through our networks and agreements that we have. There is a program called Erasmus, and normally we get around 15 to 20 students every year to come to visit our school, and there's around 500, 600 students coming to do formal study of 6 months to a year with us. There's 34 to 40 different nationalities at the moment studying in DIT. Okay. And you also have a thriving culture of a student life. If you come around, again, and this is what we want to convince you for, you'll be able to maybe experience a little bit of Irish culture, Irish sports. Has anybody heard about Gaelic football? There we go. I think we have a true Irish here on the back. You have also hurling. I heard there is even a hurling club in Purdue, so you might be able to practice a little bit before you come down to Dublin.
And by the way, hurling is not, too much.
No. Okay, so I'll leave you to this one now.
I probably don't need that. I'll project. So what we're offering today is we would like to invite all of you here today to consider coming to Dublin in January 2020. And you would come and spend a full semester with us.
Hear you.
Excellent, thank you. So come and spend a full semester with us. Come at the end of January, maybe come even early January, and perhaps before you start college, you could tour the country a little bit. We would suggest that you would consider taking some of these courses. These are the courses that we offer our environmental health students in the second semester at year 2. So maybe just have a glance at some of those, and some of those might actually catch your eye. We have the environmental health science, we have environmental health microbiology. Part of the environmental health microbiology you study within the laboratory as well, so you'll be doing group work within the laboratory, perhaps doing some research on microbiology. We also have environmental health physical applications where we look at noise and radiation, and I know you will perhaps already have covered some noise with Jim. So we will also cover noise measurement. We get our students to go out with their SLMs, their sound level meters, out into industry, out onto the O'Connell Street, the main motorway in Dublin, to take measurements. You bring the measurements back into the lab and do a little bit of analysis on that as well. So there's a nice little bit of field work involved in that particular course. We do quite a lot on food safety in terms of food safety management systems, the regulation of food safety management, food safety auditing, food safety inspection, looking at producing HACCP systems. You've heard of HACCP, have you? No? We do quite a lot of this on some of our food programs. It's the Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points Plan. It's a type of food safety management system. And if you look at these systems approaches, environmental management systems, occupational health and safety management systems, food safety management systems, there's similarity across all of them. And at times it's best if you can integrate all of these. So that's a nice course there on food safety management. We have environmental health applications. This is where we would study the administration of environmental health within Ireland. We would look at the various departments, we would look at the roles and responsibilities, we would look at the regulation and the policy governing environmental health administration in Ireland. The last course there that we're offering is health and safety management, and I think you're probably all health and safety experts at this stage as a result of spending time with Jim. And the reason that I have highlighted that is because that's the course that I deliver. So if you could decide to come to Ireland, I would actually have you in that class. Now, we're not restricted to these particular courses. If you have other interests in other areas, we'd like to discuss with you other courses that you may take. A lot of our international students would take a course on intercultural studies, and our international office deliver that, and that's quite a nice, interesting course to take. So although you're getting the academic side, you're also getting a little knowledge about the culture and the history and the intercultural, I suppose, background of Ireland as well. So I know this afternoon we're working at the Study Abroad Fair. Will there be many of you there?
3 to 6 over at the Marriott Hall.
So how many of you think will be there this afternoon?
And there's food.
That's one. That's great. That's great. Anybody else? Any takers? I said,
Swing by.
Jesus and I will be there all afternoon. We'd love if you would just come up and have a chat. Even just have a chat about Ireland. If you want to discuss your ancestry from Ireland, we'll be there all afternoon. We'd like to have a chat with you about what particular courses you'd like to take, or if we can convince you to come to Ireland. We've had quite a lot of success within our degree programs and our master's programs. We've had some very successful and famous people who have graduated from DIT as well. Do you recognize any of those faces? Here's a quiz for you. Can you recognize those? So we all recognize Pierce Brosnan anyway. In the middle we have Bertie Ahern. He was our former Taoiseach, our former Prime Minister. And then we also have the CEO of Campus Airline. Am I right in that? Yes, yeah. So as I said, we'd love, come down this afternoon to the Marriott, have a chat with us. We'll have a stand there, and we'd love to have a discussion about exchange programs. So I hope we've planted a couple of seeds that you might start thinking about studying abroad, having the experience in Ireland. And it's a nice balance between, you know, increasing your academic ability, but also to having some experience within Ireland, traveling around the country a little bit too. Okay, so thanks a million. Delighted to meet you all, and I'd love to see you this afternoon. Thanks, Jim.